What is up, guys? Brad Mew here, your coach of the Grassy Raikous, bringing you guys an update video. Normally, I would do this sort of video up over on the official Mega Bat Association official channel, but since it's going to be concerned about my team, I decided I'm just going to do my own video on it, so I do not have to do it when I do the whole free roster and trade things over on that channel, which will be going up sometime next week. All the free agency and the week trades from the last week I did over on that channel, that will be up sometime next week. It was going to be this week, but I got sick, so that's why it has not gone up yet. So this actually is concerning my draft, though. Your Grassy Raikous are actually dropping X2 and actually picking up a different Mon. I'm just going to basically go through this with you guys. Hopefully, I'm just going to sit down right here, just tell you guys my opinions, what I thought about the overall decision of actually picking up from the free agency who I did, and why I dropped X2. Also, if you guys are new, I'm your coach of the Grassy Raikous in the Mega Bat Association. Please drop that like button down below. Hit that like button, show some support this video. Also, if you are new, hit that subscribe button as well for OBA content as well, Pokemon daily content. Also had a Mega Buy Sharp video go up yesterday, so if you guys want to check that out as well, that is up over on the channel. Basically, I'm actually dropping X2. I'm going to be taking advantage of the free agency. I'm just going to go through my thoughts on this whole process. As of right now, the Grassy Raikous have not traded a single Mon to any coaches and have not did any free agency. Free agency is actually I think it was week 8. I think it was like week 8 or week 7 it actually came. So it actually started. So I was actually planning on to wait till probably next week. So just it's week number, I think it's week number 9 or 10 right now. We're planning to wait until next week, but just going to throw this video up right now and actually confirm it now. X2, we are dropping X2. Some people may not be 100% sure why I'm dropping X2. The reason why I'm dropping X2 is because it has not did anything for me since it has not made its debut on my roster. Every time I try using this thing, there was about 1 to 2. I think there's about 1 to 3 matches which it did have a possibility in. Every time I try actually putting it into the matches before I have the match, I was like, okay, X2 is gonna be good for this week. I actually go to the damage calcs and actually run a few calcs. Then it actually turns out not being the best thing, and actually something else on my roster actually do something better. I will give you guys an example from the last week we had. I think it was week 8. I think it was week 8. Week 8 or 7. We went actually against Basic A. Originally, I was actually going to be bringing X2. However, further running some damage calcs, he got 2-shotted by Ice Beam from my Lodic. And it was actually going to be running a max defense, max special defense X2 with these screens. Even with screens up, I'm still 3 KO'd by Ice Beam from my Lodic that is not even invested. That in Giga Drain only did around about not even 20%. X2 is just piss poor. When I run the calcs, even Cofagris, that's why I did eventually end up running Special Defensive Cofagris, just because it does a lot better than X2 could have did in that match. Even though it would have given me another Rabbit or a Magic Bouncer as well in that match, it really did not come down to X2 being there. I still definitely think Cofagris was the thing for that match. Every time I had this thing in the match, or was debating whether to bring this thing, it just did not come through for me. That's why I am going to be dropping and picking up a different Mon from the free agency. This thing actually is a Magic Bouncer, which is pretty key. I do have 1 Defogger and Mandibuzz and a Defogger and Scissor, which expects me to run Defog Scissor as well a lot more often now, because dropping a Magic Bouncer is kind of a big deal. Then again, I think the Mon that we actually are going to be picking up is going to be helping us a lot more. Definitely a lot more. You can run a lot different ways. It has a very good versatility. The Mon we will be picking up. Overall, though, X2 does have base 95 special attack and speed, which 95 is decent, I guess. You're not going to be finding too much outspeeds. The problem I really think with this thing as well, it has a lot of weaknesses. It's weak to it is weak to ghost, dark, ice, rock, electric. You got so I'm pretty sure it's neutral to bug due to the flag typing, but it has a lot of weaknesses, which is another thing that really hindered this thing on my roster. Just having so many weaknesses, and it's more of a. I really wanted to run it as a wall. Don't doubt me wrong, it does get a decent move pool. Being of Wish, it gets Giga Drain, it gets a lot of good moves. Gets the Magic Bounce as well, which is incredible ability. It walls actually certain mons like Cleft Key and a lot of other Prankster type mons very, very well. Gets Calm Mind, Toxic, a lot of different moves. Shadow Ball, you can give it Reflect. I know it gets Reflect Light Screen if you want to run that. The Steel Wing, I don't know, it gets Thunder Wave as well. Grass Knot, Dream Eater, U-Turn, it is another U-Turner as well. However, not being only base 95, you're not going to be outspeeding 100% of mons, so not the best U-Turner, but it is a U-Turner. It gets Dazzling Gleam as well. I guess it gets a decent moveset. Not an incredible moveset like the mod I'm about to pick up, but it gets a decent moveset. I really just think this thing was not right for my roster this season, though. That is the reason why I am going to be dropping it. It also gets Haze as well if you don't want people sitting up on you. Refresh, if you want to be that guy and run Refresh X2. Skill Swap, Sucker Punch as well. Synchronize, which you probably won't ever be running that. It's a decent move pool, but I really think this thing was not good for us this season. I already used pretty much all my mons on my roster. This is the only mon I did not use. Everything else on my roster right now I think has a purpose, and it's not going to be going anywhere unless I see fit. So this here is probably the only weak link in my roster right now, which is going to be leaving as of right now as well. The mon I actually am going to be picking up is Meowstic. Specifically, Meowstic. I'm not quite sure if I can get both Meowstics, which I'm assuming I'm not, because not going to be, I don't know, it probably ain't fair to be able to get both Meowstics. Just classify it as Meowstic and be able to pick up both female and male, but specifically male Meowstic. Dropping X2 for male Meowstic right now. This thing, actually, I really see this thing putting in a lot of work. Even though the defenses, X2 did have base 70 defense and special defense, I'm pretty sure. So this thing is quite a step up in defense as well. Being it has base 74 HP, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. It's more of that normal range. Base 76 defense, base 81 special defense, and base 104 speed being its highest stat. This thing has a multiple ways you can run this thing. You can run this thing all out offensive. If you need a defensive wall, this could be it. It walls fighting types excellent. Barring maybe dark moves. I guess dark moves probably kind of hinder it, because most fighting types do get dark type moves. There are some that don't though, so that's probably the only thing I really have to look out for. Only 3 weaknesses, unlike X2, it had a lot more weaknesses, being only 3 weaknesses to Ghost, Dark, and Bug. We do have 2 Ghost weaknesses, but we do have it pretty covered as well. That and Ghost is not the most common typing. Probably the only Ghost move that's probably the most used is probably Shadow Ball, but then again, it's not even too much that really common. So, got 2 decent abilities. Keen Eye, I'm probably never going to be using Keen Eye for this thing, but Infiltrator is decent. If you do predict your foe would actually probably set up some subs. Strikes right behind the subs, ignores substitutes. Probably the best ability though, it actually has Prankster. So Prankster, if you guys do not know what Prankster does, Prankster basically gives +1 priority to any status type move. This thing has a absolute multitude of moves as well. Gets an excellent move pool, way better than actually X2. Being has 104 speed, I do get a lot of outspeeds as well, not even being invested in speed, which is very nice, so I can get some damage off on something that I need to get killed quickly, or something like that, and not take a horrible loss. This thing does get a very good move pool, a very good move pool to take advantage of Prankster as well. This thing actually really did need a team support as well. This thing is going to be clutch coming in for a team support. You can run special defensive, defensive, you can run all out offensive. Gets a lot of support moves to help out the rest of my team in battles. It gets quick guard, mean look, helping hand, which is probably more for VGC. Gets light screen and reflect, which is always nice. You can set up those reflect and light screen to help out the rest of your team. Possibly set up and sweep. Gets fake out for priority to flint something out. Charm for physical attackers. Roleplay, which roleplay is a decent move, but then again, do you really want to be switching your move out and getting rid of Prankster? Maybe if it was a speed boost mon, I guess switching roleplay if I ever did want to run roleplay. Imprison, which I guess isn't that bad. Then again, it's not really common. Quick guard. Gets sucker punch as well. This thing gets sucker punch. Covet. I guess if you want to be that guy, you can use covet. This thing also does give me another heal beller as well. Well, not another heal beller, because I'm not quite sure if anything else on my right. Well, actually, Sylveon does get heal bell, so it does give me another heal beller as well. Probably the most hindrance thing to this thing as well is it does not get any. I am losing a magic bouncer, which does give me something that cannot get rid of rocks or spikes. However, this thing does get magic coat, so I take it as 50-50. Losing magic bouncer, I get a magic coater as well. So if I do know my opponent's going to be bringing rocks or something like that, I can always magic coat them back. That's always fun. You got that heal bell there. You get Iron Tail, Snatch, Trick as well. And Tricker is very good. Trick a Choice Scarf, trick a Toxic Orb, trick a Flame Orb onto something. Windle down a physical or a defensive wall. This thing gets Calm Mind as well, which is instant +1 and +1 to special defense and +1 to special attack, which I think is insane. Getting a +1 on the first turn if I do need it, and you set up a +1 against a wall or something, you're instantly going to be doing so much more damage, especially if you're offensive. Gets Toxic. Sunny Day, if I need Sunny Day, I can set up Sunny Day for Typhlosion if I needed to. Rain Dance, it gets a multitude of moves. Safeguard, Thunderbolt, which is very good coverage. Psychic, Shadow Ball, it gets a lot of good moves. Torment, if I want to be that guy. Rest as well. Priority Rest, I can see myself using that. Energy Ball, Charge Beam, get Flash. Thunder Wave, which is a very, very crucial move for speed control, which I do see myself using a lot this season. Being a lot of my Mega Scissor, which is probably one of my primary sweepers, is a little bit on the slower side. So having a lot of fast threats to slow it down will really help out a lot of my team, especially being Feraligatr and stuff like that. And my Hacksters isn't the fastest stuff in the world. So if I can get a Thunder Wave on something and get something to outspeed, that would be very, very good and possibly lead to some kills. I've got the Dream Eater as well. I don't think I get Hypnosis though. Not quite sure if I pick up Hypnosis. Substitute, Priority Substitute, if I want to be that guy as well. Trick Room, so if I want to run a Trick Room team, I got a Meowstic for that now. I think Cofagris gets Trick Room as well, so I guess it's not too different. Dark Paul's got the Power Up Punch. This thing also does get access to Barrier, which is plus the Priority Barrier, instantly raising my defense by 2. Again, they got the Trick, got the Yawn for phasing out. Basically, you just yawn, they stay in, they fall asleep on the next turn. This thing gets such a good move pool. I think this is a very, very good pickup for your Grassy Plains Raikous. I definitely see this thing putting in a lot of work this season. You can run a physical. It doesn't have the best physical attack. I think it's based like 75 physical attack. It doesn't have the best special attack as well either. But I think this thing actually is going to be putting in a lot of work. It does have a very good... it has base 48 attack. Okay, well, maybe not a physical attacker, but it does have decent special attack, being base 83. And base 104 speed is nothing to laugh at. It outspeeds a lot of base 100s, which is very crucial. Then if you always want to run a Choice Specs or a Choice Scarf, it has the capability of doing that as well. Also, you can always pack tricks, so if you want to trick that off of something, you always have the capability of doing that as well. Other than that, though, I think this is a very good pickup for your Grassy Plains Raikous. I see this thing putting in a huge amount of work with the super diverse move pool, the speed control with Thunder Wave, and a lot of status moves. There's so many sets I would like to run with this thing, so expect this thing to be coming in a lot of matches. Other than that, though, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Just wanted to update you guys on the first free agency trade for the Grassy Plains Raikous. Dropping X2 and actually picking up Meowstic Male. So, definitely going to be seeing this. Other honorable mentions, I actually was thinking of picking up Marowak, which is a decent pickup, but I really did not see the point of picking it up. Lose a Rapid Spinner, I really wanted, I do get another Stealth Rocker being in Marowak, but that and also Sand Slash was on the draft, on the free agency. However, I chose Meowstic over both of those. We do have one more free agency pickup as well, so if this thing does not do too good, we always have that other free agency pickup waiting in the back. We can always pick up anything we want. And if anything gets dropped off by the other coaches over the season, we can always do that as well. But other than that, though, hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Your coach at Grassy Plains Raikous. See you guys next time. Peace.